What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mitchy Vibes. This is probably like my first episode, so I don't know why I'm saying welcome back. Also, like, I don't have any viewers, so welcome back. Basically, what these next few episodes, what I've been doing, what I'm going to do, is talk about driving. Specifically, like tips and tricks that I do to stay out of accidents. All right, so there are like a lot of different ways and you know, different things you can do while driving to avoid accidents and to drive, you know, from point A to point B more safely. And I'm here to fucking guide you, because some of y'all motherfuckers are dumb as fuck on the road, okay? Yes, we're swearing. I just fucking decided that just now. Yeah, it's pretty fucking annoying, guys. Like, some of the shit y'all do on the road is trash, guys. It's fucking trash. Like, it makes no sense in any way, shape, or form of the types of maneuvers and driving speeds that you guys are going. Like, it just makes no sense. So I'm here to rectify, to fix that fucking problem. All right. There are three basic levels of driving. It doesn't matter how long you've been driving. You could be driving 2, 3, 4 decades. You can still be a bad driver. All right. You have bad driver, you have average driver, and you have good driver. You know, advanced, so to speak. And at the end of this video, or towards like the second half of this video, I will pretty much tell you my number one secret tip, trick to, you know, staying out of accidents. All right. Before we get to that, I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking, this guy, this Asian driver, probably sucks at driving. Who the fuck is he? You know, he's got 0 views on his videos. He's a nobody. And yeah, you know, like, no one fucking knows me, and that's fine. I don't care. But I will say, I am an Asian driver, but I'm like Tokyo Drift Asian driver, so you can go fuck yourself. A little experience, background on my driving. I've been driving for over 10 years. I've crunched the numbers roughly. I'm sure I've forgotten a few trips here and there, but I have at least like 300,000 miles of driving, which is a fucking shit ton. That counts road trips and commuting, whether it's school or work or both or whatever. With all that driving, 300,000 miles, 10 plus years of driving, I've gotten in 0 accidents, guys. 0 accidents. Now, there is a reason for that. Actually, this person did something good. He did not swerve. He had to jam on his brakes, and he didn't swerve. I was afraid he was gonna swerve, because if he swerved, I would have fucking T-boned his ass. But he didn't swerve. You know, he just stepped on his brakes. Good for him. I'll be going over that later. I'll be going over that later. Why that's a good thing. Anyways, no accidents, guys. No fucking accidents. And I will show you my golden rule for getting out of those fucking accidents, okay? Where should we start? So, I kind of went over my driving experience. Yeah, guys, 0 accidents. I must be doing something right? Granted, there's a tiny percentage chance that, like, it is luck, right? It is like a, you know, there are certain scenarios, very specific and very rare, that you cannot do anything to avoid an accident, right? There's a lot of instances where it's not your fault, but I'm here to even work past that and give you guys tips and tricks on how to even avoid situations where it's not your fault, right? There's been at least a few dozen times where a car would have hit me, or I would have hit a car, because even though it wasn't my fault, there's been a few, you know, like I said, a few dozen instances where there should have been an accident, but because I take precautions and I do shit with, you know, my way, I avoided getting into an accident. All right. And I'll try my best to dumb it down for like the beginner ass drivers, right? But I will give you guys like, you know, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 3 being like for advanced and great drivers, right? So the first step in order to, well, I guess I should explain what I'm doing. Always have an out. All right, always have an out. I'll just make that the title of this fucking video. Always have an out. When you're driving, you want to always give yourself an option to not get into an accident. Meaning, if you're driving, let's just say the freeway, this could apply to the streets as well, but let's just say you're on the freeway, the car in front of you slams on their brakes, right? Do you have enough time to stop before you hit them, right? Some of you are probably thinking, well, I can just move out of the way to avoid hitting them. Yeah, the reason, honestly, if you just thought that, you should probably check yourself, because you're probably in that beginner category. If you're not aware of the cars in the lanes next to you, you should never, ever change lanes. Like the car that's in front of me now, he was to my right earlier, and the car in front of him slammed on their brakes, and I thought he was going to swerve into my lane, but he didn't, right? The reason why I say never do that is because if I wasn't paying attention and that guy swerved into my lane, I would have T-boned his ass. I would have T-boned the driver's side, right? So the front of my car would have had to smash his tiny door, and then my car would have hit him, basically, right? There's little room for error when it comes to your driver's side door and a car hitting it. You're fucked, all right? So don't fuck yourself, unless you're into that kind of thing, but don't fuck yourself by allowing another car to have access to hitting your side of, you know, the car. That's why I highly recommend you never swerve when trying to avoid an accident, for beginner level especially, right? And like I said, as long as you give the car in front of you enough room for you to stop, that's like the first level of giving yourself an out, right? You're giving yourself time to stop before you hit the car in front of you. All right? Pretty fucking basic, right? The second level, right, is making sure the car behind you has enough time to stop, right? Pretty simple again. Bigger cars, it takes, or trucks or big rigs and that kind of shit, it takes a little bit more time for them to stop, because it's just physics. They're just a massive force coming through, and it's going to take them a little bit longer to stop. So what I like to do sometimes, if there's a truck riding my ass and we're on the freeway going fast, which doesn't happen often, either A, I'll just dip and just go faster, or I get out of their way. But let's say it's trafficy and that motherfucker's still riding my ass, you know, I'll give myself even more space in front of me. What that does, it allows me to slow down slower, if that makes any sense. It gives me more time to slow down. So instead of jamming on my brakes to avoid an accident, I can slowly jam on my brakes to give the guy behind me enough time to stop and not hit me. All right? That's like intermediate level thinking right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, shit, I never thought about that, you know? I'm hoping some of y'all are saying that in your heads or out loud. But that's just like another way to avoid accidents, right? Give yourself plenty of room in front of you. That'd be step one. Plan to give the person behind you more room if they're being dumb, right? If they're tailgating you. And that's pretty much it. Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. All the beginner and intermediate people out there, you know, just take whatever tidbit that I give you and hopefully apply it to your own driving. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right? Peace. Deuces. Sayonara. Bye. Ciao. Hasta luego. Now that they're gone, guys, for you advanced level people that are still watching, this next concept of having an out is something they should not even be thinking about, all right? That first rule I had about not swerving and shit, which was really important, it might not apply to you. Might not apply to you. If you're really good at gauging speeds of other cars around you and just knowing what cars are around you, right? Left lane, right lane, behind you, in front of you. 360, just all the way around you. If you are very good at being aware of the cars around you, you could try to find another out, being the lanes next to you. All right. So if you have a really good understanding of cars and the space around you, you could give yourself another out by swerving left or right. Now, if you don't think you can do this, hats off to you for giving yourself an honest assessment. But if you don't think you can do this, then don't. Just give yourself room in front of you and behind you. But if you know how to find a pocket in a different lane, you could potentially swerve into another lane to avoid an accident, right? Because you have the room to swerve, right? For example, there's a car he's been kind of riding me a little bit, but now he's slowing down, weirdo. There's a car coming up on my right, and they're going pretty fast, right? Knowing that, I can't swerve right, because this guy's wannabe speed devil, and he's going to be riding up the right side of my car in a few seconds. So I know I can't swerve right. All right, that's no longer an option for me. I have a left lane option, perfectly fine. I can swerve left. There's a U-Haul truck a few hundred feet behind me, right, in the left lane. That's it. Double check my blind spot. Yeah, we're good. I can swerve left, right? So like certain situations like that, if you're thinking about it, you could potentially swerve. I highly recommend not doing that. If you just follow step 1 and 2, honestly, you won't have to worry about step 3, which is unnecessary, right? Swerving into a different lane. But you could potentially give yourself another option to avoid an accident if you are aware of the cars around you. And it's hard to gauge, guys. It's hard to gauge because sometimes, you think a car is going slow, but it's really going fast, or vice versa. So that's something you kind of have to think about, something to practice, for sure. But this is something that I've done for years, man, and it kind of just became habit to always look around my car. I always use my mirrors, my side view mirrors and my rear view mirror, which is this one right above. I'm always using them. I'm always trying to be aware, and it just became habit. I did it at first because I was afraid of getting into an accident when I first had my permit. And I'm not sure if my mom told me about this concept of just, having an out, being aware of the cars around you. Or if it's something I picked up by myself. Realistically, it was probably my mom, but I like to try to take credit for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Not much to it, honestly. Just making sure you have enough space. You give yourself enough space. If you're really aware, you give other people enough space. And you will avoid a lot of fucking accidents. You will avoid a lot of accidents by doing this, because other people, they don't pay attention. They're being dicks, like just straight up a-hole drivers, and a lot of times it won't be your fault. But on the off chance that on the unlucky chance, I should say, that you do get into one of these scenarios, you give yourself an opportunity to avoid it, right, by doing steps 1, 2, and maybe 3. All right, so please, guys, take my advice and just don't tailgate. Give yourself room to stop at a normal stopping rate, and just be cool, guys. Be cool. Be cool with each other. We're all just trying to get from point A to point B. All right. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys next time. For real. All right. Peace.